Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach,
culinary arts,
Auditor, a firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
take the plunge, open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes-to-officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay. Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
At Shry Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Shry Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
Taking on the third-seeded Point Park Pioneers. We came in with 4 teams and only 3 remain. Should be a whole lot of fun. And first, we're going to meet the 2 squads. 4th-seeded Seahawks with a 33-22 record, went 9-15 in conference play, hailing from West Palm Beach, Florida. And Keiser's road so far through the NAIA opening round, a loss against Reinhardt 6-4 and a 13-10 victory over Jessup. The Point Park Pioneers coming in with a 42-14 in record. They went 19-5 in conference play, coming from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They are the reigning River States Athletic Conference champions, making their 8th NAIA opening round appearance. And their road thus far, a 13-10 victory over the 2nd-seeded Jessup Warriors and a 15-7 loss against the top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles. Lorenzo Robinson, CJ Carruthers on the call for this contest. And CJ, what are we going to be looking for? This is an elimination game, so should be a lot of tension in the air for these 2 squads.
Yes, a lot at stake today. Elimination game means a lot. Win or go home. Keiser is a very good offensive team, as we've seen the past 2 games, and we're going to see if they can keep that rolling. And Point Park, they can definitely put up runs and a lot of hits as well.
2 of the very best teams offensively in the entire country. This one clipped off, and this is Omar Murillo. Murillo, the leadoff man for Point Park, and he has made his presence felt throughout the entirety of the NAIA opening round and throughout the entire season, for that matter, for the Pioneers. The leadoff man coming into this game with a team-leading 86 hits as he pops this one up deep out to left field. And it will drop. It drops in the corner. Murillo making his way to second. An extra base hit to start the game off for the Pioneers.
And that's a great way to start the game right there. Leadoff double.
And you can't really ask for a better start for the Pioneers. It's Jared Campbell now coming up to the plate for Point Park. Campbell has a brother on the team as well, Jordan Campbell, and the brothers have made their presence felt here at the opening round, and they have gone a long way towards allowing the Pioneers to see themselves here for day 3. The man on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks, number 44, Jonathan Emonika. Emonika making his 7th appearance of the season, his 7th start, sporting a 5.27 ERA. And he's going to be tasked with slowing down what has been one of the better offensive attacks in the entire country. Point Park, a batting average of .341 as a team. Also 107 home runs. Count now is 0-2. Murillo in scoring position at second. Swing and missed by Campbell, and strike 3. So that's going to be the first strikeout of the game for Emonika.
And that is a great way to respond after giving up a leadoff double. Come back and get a batter on 3 straight strikes.
And responding is really what you need to be able to do in these situations, right? There's going to be those highs and lows. There's going to be those bouts with adversity. But in these situations, you have to be able to have a short-term memory and bounce back fast.
And I think the umpires are discussing, did he catch it or hit the ground? And they will stick with the call, and that is an out.
And a lot of fans are always wondering, man, what's happening in those conversations? What's going on? And, you know, I think sometimes they're just exchanging pleasantries. They're saying, hey, it's a nice day outside. Hey, I think it's a nice day too. You know, what's your plans after this? You know, things like that. Nothing wrong with small talk during the game.
Wait. He didn't strike out.
So I guess they're going to say that Campbell fouled it off. Count remains 0-2. Still no outs on the board. And Monica with the pitch. Campbell pops this one up. It's going high in the left field. And it's going to go on the wrong side of the line. Now, when you have two teams that have the kind of reputation at the plate that Keiser and Point Park have, the onus falls on the pitching staffs to be able to slow those teams down, really make it difficult for them, especially at this point in the tournament. But also it can be a little bit difficult because now we're entering day 3. These teams have played some really arduous contests. They've had to cycle through a few different arms, so fatigue could be a factor, and they may be running low. As Campbell gets struck with that one,
no,
may have popped up off his bat.
Yeah, he didn't get the bat down. Ends up hitting off the bat for a foul ball.
So good reflexes there, I guess. So Campbell staying alive by any means necessary, and Monica with the pitch. That one is high for ball number 2. Swing and missed by Campbell. This is strike 3, unquestionably strike 3.
92 mile an hour, right down the middle, just blew it by half.
So Monica gets his first K of the game, and now Isaac Santana coming up to the plate for Point Park. Santana entering this game, he has 79 hits on the year, 77 RBIs. Santana, the first baseman, he's played well throughout this tournament. See Emanika checking in with Murillo there. Swing and miss from Santana, and strike number 2. Did Santana go? No, he did not.
Great hold right there.
And those are always kind of judgment calls, right? You just want to see if he just got that bat right across the plate, thought about swinging, but thinks better of it. And Emanika checking in again with Murillo at second. Back at the plate. This one popped up in the left field, and it will be caught. What a phenomenal play for the Seahawks. Not only the catch being made, but holding Murillo at second.
And as a pitcher, you just thank your outfielder for that one. That is a great play by the left fielder.
Kenny DiClemente with the grab. And now the backstop, Mikhaili Brito, coming up to the plate for Point Park. And he had a slow start to the NAIA opening round. He was 0 for 6 until he had a big-time RBI for the Pioneers during their game against the Reinhardt Eagles. Brito coming into this game, batting around .315. He's been a consistent presence for them offensively. If they're going to punch their ticket to the NAIA National Championship, he's going to be able to have to turn things around if they're going to find themselves in the World Series.
And the pitcher right now is ahead of the count, as you would like to be, and looking to get out of this inning after getting off a leadoff double.
And being ahead on the count, so important, right, when you talk about trying to put a lot of pressure on these batters. As we see Brito grounds, third baseman makes the throw in time. That retires the side. When we get set to switch sides and change gears, we remain scoreless here in Waleska. NAIA opening round action here in Waleska, Georgia. Keiser and Point Park remain scoreless in this elimination game. Day 3 of the opening round, and the man on the mound for the Pioneers, number 25, John Hawley. Hawley, a senior, coming in, making his 12th start of the season, his 13th appearance. He's pitched a little bit over 40 innings of work, has surrendered 45 hits, and given up 28 earned runs. He's going to be tasked with slowing down a Keiser Seahawk lineup that has been hot. They're coming off of scoring 13 runs against Jessup, so definitely his work is cut out for him. So we'll see if the Seahawks will be able to take the momentum in this game. Still scoreless as Seth Lucero comes to the plate for Keiser. Lucero, the leadoff man, batting .338 this season. 6 home runs, 30 RBIs. And that one very nearly clipped Lucero. I think he got a piece of his bat there. So the Keiser Seahawks, they have experienced both the highs and the lows during their baseball season. Started the year 14-2, looked like one of the very best teams in the entire country. Then they found a few bumps in the road during conference play. They went 9-15 within the Sun Conference, one of the better conferences in the NAIA. Backs against the wall, really needing a strong showing in the conference tournament to be able to punch their ticket to the opening round. And they did just that, nearly running the table, falling just short of a conference tournament title, losing to the number 1 ranked team in the country, the Southeastern Fire, in the championship game.
And Lucaro's taking some very good takes right now as the count is 3-1.
All these pitches high for ball number 4. Lucero, a leadoff walk. So leadoff man getting on base for the Keiser Seahawks. We'll see if they'll be able to take advantage. Pablo Ruiz is next up to the plate for the Seahawks. Ruiz coming into this game, batting .333, leads the team with 16 home runs as well. That pitch inside and will be called a strike. Nice frame by Brito, the backstop. This one lifted up deep out to left field, and it's going to go foul.
Fair, it's gone.
That was almost huge for the Keiser Seahawks, and you can tell everybody waiting with bated breath to see exactly where that ball was going to track. Nonetheless, Ruiz will re-enter the batter's box, and he faces an 0-2 count. And a check-in over there at first, and a dribbler. Santana
Great
having to hit the
stop.
ground to get that one.
That right there saved an error for the pitcher.
And those are so dangerous. I mean, an awkward hop, it goes behind you, and then man is making his way to second as this one is popped up in the shallow center. A few Pioneers are around it, and it will be secured for out number 1. Simon Grinberg coming up to the plate now for Keiser. Grinberg batting .339 with 10 hits and 47 RBIs on the season. This pitch is a bit high for ball number 1. Now, Point Park, to this point in the opening round, their offense has been stellar. They put up 7 runs and double-digit hits against Reinhardt yesterday. They posted 13 runs against Jessup the day before. But their pitching and defensively, things have been an issue, as we're going to see the leadoff man who got on base after being walked make his way in the scoring position. That's Seth Lucero stealing second.
And I think the pitcher might have messed that one up as he knocked the ball down.
Not entirely sure why he put his hand up to make that play. And the count 3-0. And that's going to be a ball 4, an easy take for Grinberg. Now 2 men on for the Keiser Seahawks as Kenny DiClemente comes up to the plate. The left fielder DiClemente batting .268 this season with 5 homers and 35 RBIs. And he's actually been one of the more dependable players for the Seahawks in the NAIA opening round. Hits in both games, had multiple hits in their first game against Reinhardt. DiClemente is somebody that I like to classify as a swing player, somebody that may not be the main name on the marquee. He may not be the first name that comes up on the scouting report, but very talented in his own right, plays great defensively, but has ability at the plate as well. And when he's clicking, it really turns this team into a different group offensively. That pitch outside and off the plate for ball number 2. That pitch inside for ball 3.
And And right now you're really trying to avoid bases loaded with a 1-out situation.
Hawley in a little bit of trouble here in the early stages. Really need to try to settle in here and throw a strike. The pitch. And strike number 1.
And as a hitter right here, you don't want to be too anxious. Works his way back up to a full count, 3-2.
And that's a nice job by Hawley to settle back in and throw 2 consecutive strikes. But also, good job by the batter as well, laying off on a few of those. You don't want to be over-aggressive. Count is now full. The pitch, a grounder. It's secured. The throw will not be in time, and the bases are loaded for the Keiser Seahawks.
And D. Clemente, that was a great hustle play down the line to beat the throw at first base.
Precisely what the Seahawks needed. Just 1 out on the board.
Looks like Point Park will take a mound visit and let the pitcher catch his breath.
And not surprised to see this visit at this particular time. I mean, you lose this game, right? The season's over. Like, this is it. This is now or never. You need to put yourself in the best position possible. But now at this point with the bases loaded, the gears should probably shift to just limiting the damage.
And Keiser knows how it feel. They already have experience in an elimination game. Point Park, this is their first elimination game of the opening round.
And you're right, having that experience in an elimination game can go a long way towards allowing you to feel a sense of comfort in these situations. You're not pressing. You know exactly what you need to do in these moments. Right now, trying to strike first blood and snatch the momentum. A grounder by Hutchinson. It's secured. The throw will be made to first in time, but a run will score for the Keiser Seahawks. And they get on the board first. It's now 1-0 Keiser.
And I know Coach is happy right there. Hitter didn't get on base, but he definitely did a job and got him an RBI. Unselfishness, I like to call it.
Definitely. You have to have that level of unselfishness if you're going to be a team that wants to win on the highest level. You can't just think about yourself. You have to think about your teammates. And right there, great unselfish play, allowing a run to be scored, even though it meant that he would be retired. Jamonte Woods hits this one. It goes into right field. 1 run scores for the Seahawks, and it looks like another will score for the Seahawks as well. Jamonte Woods, the former Point Skyhawk, he's been phenomenal the entire week, and he steps up yet again.
And if you've noticed throughout this tournament so far, Keiser has scored most of their runs later throughout the game, but this time they're starting to score early as they take the lead 3-0.
No, that's a great point. I mean, we've seen them now in 2 separate games. Their bats were a little bit late arriving to the party. Now, once they arrived, they were able to be successful. But for them, starting fast can definitely mean that we may be in for an offensive explosion for the Seahawks today.
Yes.
Andrew Almendarez at the plate for Keiser. Almendarez batting .304 this season with 4 home runs and 25 RBIs. More on Jamonte Woods. Jamonte Woods getting 2 more RBIs for himself this week. He has 3 home runs already in the NAIA opening round. Also playing at a place that he is very familiar with, the Point Skyhawks, a usual opponent of the Reinhardt Eagles, as this pass ball results in Woods making his way into scoring position. So a shaky start to the outing for Hawley. Not the ideal way that Point Park wanted to start this game. count is 2-2. That pitch, another passed ball. And Woods is going to take another free pass. He makes his way to third. The count is now full. Is it fair to wonder if Hawley is getting a bit rattled at the situation?
Yes, our viewers might not concede, but Point Park is now warming up their bullpen.
That pitch inside for ball number 4. Almendarez is going to make his way to first. Now runners at the corners. Keiser primed to add to their newfound advantage as Dylan Simons, the catcher, comes to the plate next. And Coach Torres is going to talk about it. Seems like they may be going in a different direction. We're going to take a break right now. Keiser in control, 3-0. So there has been a change on the mound for Point Park. It has been a bit of a struggle for them so far. Hawley unable to get out of the first inning. Definitely an unfortunate situation for there and now. Runners at the corners. Keiser looking primed to add to their lead. Simons, the backstop, at the plate. Ramon Rodriguez, the sophomore, on the mound for the Point Park Pioneers. Rodriguez making his 19th appearance of the season, his 5th coming in relief. Rodriguez has been the most dependable arm within their pitching staff the entire season, an 11-2 record. He's also been their most utilized pitcher. He's pitched in 94 innings this year, so they're looking for him to step up in a big spot. It's the Pioneers looking to hold Keiser at bay for the remainder of this inning.
Yes, and I know Coach did not want to go in his bullpen in the first inning, so things are definitely going to get interesting throughout this game.
It's really the last thing you want to do so early in the game. The ideal thing, especially again at this point in the tournament, we're in day 3, your guys have had to cycle through a few different arms. You really want to be able to go a few really solid innings with your starter, try to limit the amount of arms you have to use, especially because you may have to use a few of those guys again in the game later on today if you are able to make it out of this one. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A strike ends the inning. A ball will load the bases. This one ripped in the left field. Jamonte Woods will easily score an RBI single for Dylan Simons. The Keiser Seahawks now lead 4-0.
And the bats are definitely hot early for the Keiser Seahawks.
If you're Coach Fordyce, you have to really appreciate the way that your team has come out in this game and really the way that they've played the entire opening round. I mean, they started off slow against Reinhardt, down 5-0. They battled back to make that a game going into the 9th. Followed that up with a big-time victory, an offensive explosion against the Jessup Warriors to keep their season alive. And right now, riding high with a 4-0 lead here in the first inning. Rodriguez with the pitch, swing and miss. This is Cam Verrier. Batting .327 this season, 24 RBIs. This one clipped off by Verrier in foul. Count is now 1-2. Rodriguez desperately needs to get one more strike to end this inning. Keiser trying to keep it rolling. 2 men on for the Seahawks. The pitch, swing and missed by Verrier. That's strike number 3, out number 3, and retires the side.
Now we'll see if Point Park can come back and put up some runs on the board.
1 inning down, Seahawks ahead, 4-0. Resuming play here in the second inning, the Keiser Seahawks starting fast, up 4-0 against the Point Park Pioneers. We'll see if the Pioneers have an answer in them. Right now it's the third baseman, Javier Jr. at the plate for Point Park. And Monica still at the plate. Pardon, still on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks. Eddie Javier Jr., the senior, rips this one and it drops into right center field. Javier Jr. will stay at first, the leadoff single. Point Park trying to get themselves off the mat.
And that's a great way to start some momentum for your team right there, getting the leadoff runner on. Let's see if the others can build off of that.
Chris Williams, the outfielder, a freshman, now at the plate for Point Park. Williams coming into this game, he has 70 hits on the season, 10 home runs, as well as 54 RBIs. And is it difficult or a little bit more difficult for freshmen to be able to step up in moments like these?
I believe so, 'cause I think experience plays a big part of this. I think freshmen sometimes can shy in the big moments, but you never know. Some of them can step up, and this can be one of them right here.
Williams trying to prove that there are no freshman jitters for him. Right there, thought about swinging, thinks better of it, but it ends up going for strike number 2. So now behind on the count, 1-2. This one, Simons fighting to keep it in his grasp. Nice job by him. Holding Javier at first. He was prepared to make his way into scoring position. Great job by Simons. Count now 2-2. This one a grounder. It will be retrieved and a slip from Emonica.
And that will be an infield hit right there. That is an unfortunate play that just happened there.
Very unfortunate indeed. We saw Emonica was trying to hustle from off the mound to make a way to collect that ball and make the throw likely to first, but just lost his footing. Now 2 men on for the Point Park Pioneers, and we'll get a chance to see the other Campbell, Jordan Campbell, now at the plate. Campbell, the DH. And he's able to get out of the way of that one. Goes for ball number 1. Jordan Campbell, a strong season for the Point Park Pioneers. He's batting .316. And another strike from Emonica.
See if he can get his first out right here and send him back to the dugout.
The 1-2. Swing and missed by Campbell. Strike number 3. Brings it up for out number 1. So Amanika was able to bounce back when he was in a little bit of trouble in the last inning. We'll see if he can do the same here. Luis Gonzalez coming up to the plate for Point Park, and Gonzalez, a sophomore, has 52 hits on the year, 13 home runs. A guy who has made his presence felt all week long, all season long for the Pioneers. This one a grounder. It's retrieved at third. The throw will be made in time to Jamonte Woods. That's out number 2. But runners will advance. Now 2 men in scoring position. We'll see if Point Park will be able to capitalize. And the onus will fall on Carlos Martinez. Martinez, the junior, 51 hits on the season.
Base hit scores too right here. Cut the game in half.
And because it's so early in the game, you don't want to say must-score situation, right? You don't want to say you have to be able to do it right now, but
you just like to chip away.
Of course, you would definitely want to try to eat away at it as much as you can, as we see a swing and a miss from Martinez for strike number 1. Count is now 2-1. This one popped up deep out to left center field, and it's caught at the wall by the Seahawks. That will retire the Pioneers. Runners left stranded, a golden chance to put runs on the board, squandered, and Keiser remains ahead 4-0.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Resuming play here in the bottom of the second inning. Keiser Seahawks ahead 4-0, and we make our way back to the top of the batting order for the Seahawks. This, a grounder. It's going to be retrieved. The throw will not be made, at least out of the glove of the first baseman, Santana. Lucero is safe at first. And we'll wait for the official scoring. It seems like they're going to call that a hit for the Seahawks. Lucero getting his first hit of the ball game. So Keiser starting things off very similarly to the way that they started off in that first inning, getting the leadoff man on base. We'll see what Pablo Ruiz can do here. He flew out earlier in his previous at-bat. By earlier, of course, I mean the first inning. Very rare for a team to make it one complete time through their order in just one inning of play. That's what the Seahawks were able to do. That pitch a bit inside. Ball number 2. Now we'll see if Rodriguez is going to be able to steady the ship a little bit for Point Park. Things got a little bit rocky for them in that first inning with Hawley. Rodriguez was able to get the last outs that they needed to be able to get out of that inning. Right now, behind on the count, it's 3-0. You see a check-in occurring at first. Count remains 3-0. Rodriguez deals. That pitch is high for ball number 4. And Ruiz is going to take the free pass to first. Lucero now in scoring position at second base. So very ideal situation for the Keiser Seahawks. Grinberg back at the plate. He's showing bunt here, and it gets just off the tip of his bat and leaks on the wrong side of the line and foul.
He wants to be careful to get that ball down. Make sure he doesn't pop that up for an easy out.
Counts 0-1. Nice pitch there from Rodriguez for strike number 2. And this is really what Point Park needs to be able to do. They need to be able to put consistent pressure on these batters. The pitchers need to be able to keep themselves ahead on the count. You cannot allow Keiser to feel comfortable. It seems like their batters just settling into a nice rhythm at this point in the game. This one popped up deep out to right field. It's going back, and it's going to be retrieved. Lucero, meanwhile, makes his way to third. Now runners at the corners.
With no outs before that, that's a good job by the batter to move the runner closer in the scoring position.
In those plays, it will officially show up as an unsuccessful plate appearance in the stat sheet, but it's definitely helpful for your team, right? You're able to advance that lead runner, get him in a more threatening position. And the sack remains in play. DiClemente a chance to potentially get an RBI if he's able to pop one out deep into the outfield.
You just want to avoid the double play right here.
And we see now runner headed to second.
Safe.
And he will get there. That was Ruiz getting himself into scoring position. Now 2 runners in scoring position for the Keiser Seahawks in a situation where a base hit potentially nets you 2 runs.
And that will definitely expand the lead, and that is something Point Parker is definitely trying to avoid. Great take.
That pitch called a ball, and you can hear some of the reactions from the Point Park faithful. They weren't fans of that call. But you know when an umpire is doing his job? When he manages to make both fan bases mad. This one popped up, lifted in the left field, and it looks like it's going to go foul, and it will.
They either say you be consistently good or you be consistently bad.
There's no in between with that job. No in between at all.
There isn't.
So the count is now 1-2. DiClemente 1 for 1 on the day. The pitch is low and outside for ball number 2. So we saw Emunika find a way to get himself out of a few jams already in this game. Will Rodriguez be able to do the same? Swing and miss for strike number 3. Second strikeout of the game for Rodriguez. Big time there. The sack is now off the board. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the second inning.
Now this will be real big to get out of this inning after the damage that has been done. To get out of this inning with no runs.
Palmer Hutchinson back at the plate for Keiser. Hutchinson grounded out in his last at-bat. So it's Ruiz at second, Lucero at third. This one well struck by Hutchinson, deep out to left center, and it will go over the wall. That is gone. We will see you later. A home run for the Keiser Seahawks. And they are in total control of this one.
And I don't know if y'all saw, folks, but the center fielder took a nice 2 steps, and then he stopped and just saw that one sail over the wall. That ball was absolutely demolished.
Okay, so it seems like they're going to call it a ground rule double. It may have bounced over the wall. Very curious about that call.
From our view, it looks like it was a clear home run.
It looked gone to me. See, this right here is why NAI needs instant replay, right?
Yeah. So that would be a double then. But he still gets a 2-run RBI double.
Absolutely. The ground rule double. Lucero and Ruiz both scoring. It is 6-0 in favor of the Keiser Seahawks, which brings up Jamonte Woods. Jamonte Woods in a place that he is very comfortable here at Ken White Field. He has shown how comfortable he is throughout this week. He has been sensational. Already 1 for 1 today. 2 RBIs in the early going. Point Park found themselves on the wrong side of a Reinhardt avalanche yesterday, and right now the Keiser Seahawks taking advantage as we're going to see Hutchinson make his way to third after that ball gets past Brito.
A lot of pass balls have been going on so far, and it's just the second inning, so we hope the pitcher can get it dialed back in.
Composure is a real thing too. You have to be able to remain composed.
Ooh.
As he strikes Woods there.
Right on the forearm. Missed his elbow pad.
That's unfortunate. He's going to try to collect himself. Hopefully he's okay after that one. It seems like he's fine. He's going to make his way to first. Woods getting struck by that pitch, and now Andrew Almendarez coming up to the plate. Almendarez was hit by a pitch in the first inning. That pitch a bit high for ball number 1. Runners at the corners for the Seahawks.
And Point Park is looking to stop the bleeding right now. And there for strike 1, counts 1-1.
And if you do anything right now, right, you have to be able to get out of this inning. You can't allow Keiser to just continue to pour it on. Already in complete control of this game, but it can get completely out of hand if the Seahawks continue to add runs to their total so early on. That pitch a bit high out of the zone. Ball number 2. This one clipped by Almendarez and foul. Andrew Almendarez, the third-year player from Houston, Texas, formerly Klein Cain High School, and also formerly of Arkansas Ridge Mountain. This one clipped by Almendarez. He fouls this one off of his side.
And usually those don't feel too good, but luckily he has that pad down there.
Yeah, and there's a level of appreciation that you have to have when you see those balls just bounce off of guys' bodies and them being able to just shake it off and just continue playing. I mean, definitely something good for them. This one is grounded. It's secured. The play is made for out number 3 that retires the side and ends the inning. 2 down. 4th-seeded Seahawks in control, 6-0. Top of the 3rd inning, the Point Park Pioneers trailing the Keiser Seahawks. It's 6-0. We're back to the top of the order for the Pioneers. Omar Murillo, the second baseman, at the plate. Emonica remains on the mound for Keiser. Point Park, they have 3 hits in this game, but Emonica has done a nice job of navigating the troubled waters that have come up as this one takes an awkward bounce, goes over the head of Hutchinson, the third baseman. Murillo getting himself on base. That will officially be called an error on Hutchinson.
Number 3, Jared Campbell.
And at this point in the season, every little detail matters. Not being able to secure ground balls like that may come back to bite you. Of course, can't really put that all on Hutchinson. When he tried to make that play, it just vaulted up into the air. He wasn't able to bring that one down. But a man on base nonetheless for Point Park, and that's not a new scenario for them. They've been able to get men on base on a few occasions in this game, but they have not been able to capitalize. Can they do so here in the 3rd inning? Jared Campbell struck out in his previous at-bat, looking for a better result here. Right now the count is 1-1, and it will be 2-1 after that pitch goes low from Emonica. Count 2-1. This one popped up and fouled over the net by Campbell. Jonathan Emonica, the third-year player from Green Acres, Florida. He deals. Pitch is high. That one was 90 miles an hour. It's just outside of the zone. Ball number 3, a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Point Park looking to get on the board for the first time in this game. Campbell pops this one up. The catcher Simons is tracking it, and it's going to go over the net and foul. So Point Park throughout the opening round, their bats have come to play. Defensively, it's been a bit of a struggle. Right now, they need their bats to do some work here. Swing and miss from Campbell. That's strike number 3. But Murillo making his way to second base. He's now in scoring position. Isaac Santana, the first baseman, coming up to the plate for Point Park. Santana flew out to left field in his previous plate appearance. And he hits this one. It's going to drop into right field. Murillo rounding third, and that is where he will remain. Santana with a single. Now runners at the corners for Point Park. All of a sudden, they're building up some momentum. See if they can string something here with Macaulay Brito, the backstop, coming up to the plate. Brito grounded out earlier in this game. So Murillo was able to reach on an error from the third baseman earlier in this inning. Campbell struck out after that, and then Santana reaching base by way of a single. So now it's Santana at first, Murillo at third. Very threatening spot. The sack is alive, of course. Point Park trying to go on a rally here, hoping for a base hit from Brito. Swing and miss from Brito, and strike number one. And a check-in at first, making sure that there isn't any funny business happening over there. Cali Brito, the 5'11 senior from the Dominican Republic and formerly of El Paso Community College in Texas. That pitch low and into the dirt for ball number two.
Great stop right there by the catcher.
Definitely a great stop indeed, because you know if that one gets past him, Murillo with his speed and athleticism, he was surely going to make his way home. That pitch high for ball number three.
And you don't want another bases loaded situation, especially with this Point Park team, because the other day they did put up about 17 hits in one game.
Yeah, bases loaded situation, pretty much the last thing that you can afford if you're Keiser. But if you're Point Park, it has to be what you're rooting for, right? That gives you a chance to get yourself back into the ball game.
And then it's just one swing at the bat.
Brito watches that one as it goes into the dirt for ball number four. The bases are now loaded for the Point Park Pioneers.
And right now the catcher's probably just telling him to calm down, relax, and
seems like Coach Fordyce is going to join in on the conversation. But it doesn't appear like this is a pitching change type of conversation. He's just explaining a few things to him, trying to help him settle in. Right now, the bases are loaded. We've seen Emonika get into a little bit of trouble throughout this game, but each time able to find himself on the other side of it.
And right now, if you're the pitcher, you're looking for a ground ball to either your shortstop or second baseman to hopefully get this double play. But you really want to get one out at minimum right now.
That's all you can focus on. You can only focus on what's in front of you. And right now, Eddie Javier Jr. is in front of you. He's 1 for 1 on the day. You can't allow him to be able to repeat that success. You have to focus on getting it out. Javier Jr. goes across the plate for strike number one.
Good hold right there. Counts now 1-1.
There is a pinch runner in the game for Point Park. That pitch low and into the dirt for ball number two. Gene Santos, 6-foot senior from Puerto Rico, formerly of Northeast Community College in Nebraska. So he's the man at first for the Pioneers. Javier gets out the way of that one. Goes inside for ball number three. And he'll likely lay off of this one, force Emonika to throw a strike because a ball results in a run being scored for the Pioneers. Javier pops this one up and fouled off, and you can tell from his reaction,
he wanted that one.
He did want that one. He wanted it bad. Usually batters in a situation like that are only swinging on a 3-1 count when it's a pitch that they feel like they can't refuse. But now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Emonika deals, Javier lays off of that one wisely.
And the first run for Point Park has now reached home plate.
Omar Murillo will step on the home plate, and that will be a run scored for the Pioneers. It's now 6-1 in favor of the Seahawks. And now we'll have another mound visit. We'll see if there will be a pitching change here. Will Keiser go in a different direction? It does appear so. So Amonika's day is done. After 2 and a third of an inning.
And normally, in situations like these, on a normal game, you'll allow the pitcher to try to work his way through, even though because you're up 6-1. But since it's an elimination game and potentially your last game of the season, I think Coach he has to bring all his tools out for this one.
You got to pull out all the stops at this point, because what are you saving it for, right? You're not saving it for the next game, because if you can't get past this one, there will be no next game.
Exactly.
So you definitely have to put your best foot forward in this game, and that means doing everything that you can to be able to take it. So it's a new man on the mound for Keiser, and Monika's day is done.
If they win, he might pitch against us again. He makes it almost to the dirt. He might change his whole body.
And it's going to be number 32, Jake Malloy. This is that one for ball number 3, a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that will be ball number 4. Simons will make his way to first base. And in 3 consecutive innings, Keiser able to get their leadoff man on.
And each time that has led to a score in that inning.
So we'll see if that holds true here in the 3rd. Pinch runner in the game for the Seahawks, number 11, Darian Howard. Howard, he is a Georgia native. He's from Atlanta, formerly of Pace Academy. That's where he played his high school ball, and also went to Louisiana State University, better known as LSU.
As Campbell tried to lay the bunt down there and fouled it back towards us.
Cam Verrier struck out in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Right now facing an 0-1 count.
Ooh.
That one inside gets past Brito, and Howard easily making his way to second. A leisurely stroll.
He could have walked there if he wanted to.
Absolutely. And I mean, that was too easy, right? It was like he was kind of styling and profiling, making his way to second.
And now that puts your leadoff runner in scoring position again.
Rodriguez glances at Howard, now back at the plate. Verrier grounds this one. Santana picks it up. And Rodriguez cannot make the catch and secure the out at first, and a run will score for the Keiser Seahawks.
That was a very close play at first base, and I think the pitcher just took his eyes off just for a quick second, and then he turned back around and didn't realize where the ball was. Ball gets away and a run scores. Keiser responds again with the leadoff run scoring. Now their lead 7-4.
And just textbook from the Seahawks. Getting your leadoff man on, so important. That's something that coaches dream of, getting your leadoff guy on in each inning to start the game, and then being able to get that leadoff runner across home plate as well. So Keiser being able to add a run to their total. Their lead is back up to 3. And Macaulay Brito, the catcher, is going to have a conversation with his pitcher. And we've seen Brito do this on a few different occasions, a well-respected leader in the building for Point Park. A senior catcher, it seems like every time he has something to say, everybody on the team stops and listens. He's been barking out orders to his squad all week long and has absolutely earned the respect because of how well he's played over the course of his career. So the conference is over. We'll resume play. We're back to the top of the order for Keiser. This is Seth Lucero. Lucero, his last plate appearance resulted in a single.
Yes, that was a single to third base that he had last time.
Counts 0-1. That pitch, a strike from Rodriguez. And we see there, Farrier staying on the bag. Swing and miss by Lucero, strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Rodriguez. Pablo Ruiz, the outfielder, coming up to the plate. Ruiz flew out earlier in this game. He was walked in his last plate appearance. Pops this one up deep out to left field, and it's going to go on the wrong side of the pole and foul. And a check-in over there at first.
But you forgot he already did it once. Can't do it twice during that bat.
So that will allow Verrier to get himself in the scoring position. He's now at second. A few crucial mistakes made by Rodriguez here in the third.
Let's see if Ruiz can get that runner in at second base. Dropped the ball.
Very nearly was able to have a successful pick attempt there. The shortstop Martinez unable to complete the play, the ball leaking out of his glove. That pitch outside off the plate for ball number 1. Count is 1-1. Rodriguez with the pitch. A grounder. It's collected by Martinez. The throw to Javier Jr. at third, and they will secure the out. That was a very heady play by Martinez to get that lead runner out.
Very heads-up play indeed. And usually when you're on second base with no other runners on, and the ball's hit to the right side or in front of you, you normally would just stay there. But in that case, I was assuming, or he was assuming, he thought he could beat that out, but shortstop had other plans.
Other plans is absolutely correct. But right there, Grinberg, the DH, being struck by the pitch from Rodriguez. So he will advance to first. Another runner in scoring position for the Seahawks.
Let's see if Rodriguez can get out this inning with only giving up 1 run. But then as Keiser right now, you want to try to keep adding on runs. As you know, Point Park can definitely come back, as we just saw.
team that's capable of posting runs in bunches. They score quick, fast, and in a hurry. And we saw there the attempt to steal. The ball gets away and leaks into left field. Another run scoring for the Keiser Seahawks. That was Pablo Ruiz, who was making the play to make his way to third. The throw was made. Javier Jr. was unable to secure that ball. And then eventually Javier Jr. not able to get it, resulting in Ruiz getting home.
They had him dead in the water, but I guess he rushed the throw and sent it sail into left field, and runner scored. Scores 8-4. 2 outs, runner on second base. A little high for ball. Ooh, strike. 1.
Keiser Seahawks have scored in each inning so far. That pitch low and into the dirt.
And their recipe to scoring has been, in each inning, that leadoff hitter has gotten on, whether it has been by a walk or gotten a hit to get on, and he has scored every single time.
You're absolutely right. That has gotten the ball rolling for them each time. This a grounder. Murillo makes the throw to Santana. The out is made at first. That retires the side and ends the inning. Point Park able to get themselves on the board in the third, but Keiser adding more runs to their total. 4th-seeded Seahawks lead the 3rd-seeded Pioneers 8-4. Fries. Tenders is nice. Yeah, canyon sauce. Canyon sauce. Yeah, fries. Resuming play here in the 4th inning. The Point Park Pioneers behind against the Keiser Seahawks 8-4. Pioneers were able to get themselves on the board in the top of the 3rd inning. Keiser responding with 2 more runs. Jared Campbell back at the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far. He's struck out in both of his plate appearances. Malloy remains on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks. Count is 1-1. That pitch goes low for ball number 2. Now Keiser, they do have some first-hand experience playing in elimination games. They were able to survive an elimination game against Jessup yesterday. As Campbell pops this one up, it's going to be tracked. That's the second baseman making that play, Verrier, and he secures it over there near the Point Park bullpen. A tremendous play by Cam Verrier to get out number 1. So now it'll be Santana coming up to the plate. Santana 1 for 2 so far. His last plate appearance resulted in a double. That pitch a bit inside for ball number 1. Counts now 1-1. And the Pioneers, they haven't really struggled at the plate in a vacuum. They have 6 hits on the day. Keiser just with 5, but they haven't been able to string them together. They haven't been able to find consistency. A grounder. The play is made. The throw is made in time. And out number 2. Now it'll be the backstop, Macaulay Brito, back at the plate. Brito was walked in his last plate appearance. His walk led to Gene Santos being inserted as a pinch runner. Santos was able to score during the 3rd. Brito still looking for his swing here in the NAIA opening round. Again, a guy hit for .315 coming into this game, but it's been a bit of a struggle for him in the NAIA opening round. Just 1 hit so far. 2 consecutive hacks fouled off by Brito. Even though he struggled at the plate for Point Park, he's been great defensively and also his leadership. So definitely a valuable piece to the puzzle for the Pioneers. Brito hits this one. It falls right into the waiting hands of the shortstop. He makes the throw in time at first. That retires the side. Pioneers go 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th inning. Heading to the bottom of the 4th. Keiser still leads 8-4.
I got my shades on, top back, rolling with the music jack.
Set to resume play here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Keiser Seahawks able to hold Point Park at bay in the top of the inning. Now can Keiser extend their lead? Ahead by 4 runs. Hutchinson, the 3rd baseman, at the plate for the Seahawks. He's 1 for 2 so far. Already behind on the count, 0-2.
His last AB hit that ground rule double that we thought was a home run.
Looked like a home run from this angle. This a grounder. The throw to first is in time. And out number 1.
Great shortstop play by both teams so far that we've seen in this game.
And you can't expect anything less at this point in the season because these are among the best of the best in the country. And, of course, there's that desperation factor. So both sides locked in early on defensively, showing off what they can do. Neither team wanting to make critical mistakes that can result in their season ending. Jamonte Woods, he was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. He does have a single on the day. Swing and miss from Woods. Strike number one.
And this is a player who can definitely hit the ball out of the park, as we've seen in previous games.
Previous games and also throughout his career as well. Watches that one for strike two. Woods hits this one and it goes just foul. It was flirting with the line and eventually overstepped its boundaries. Count remains 1-2. Strike three, Woods just across the plate.
He froze him on that one.
That was a great pitch by Rodriguez. Down goes Woods, and now coming up to the plate, Almendarez, the shortstop.
He grounded out to short his last at-bat.
0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. And pitch a strike from Rodriguez, and Rodriguez has done a nice job of being a calming presence on the mound from Point Park. This one ripped into right center. It drops. Almendarez gets on board with a single. And he gets that hit as soon as I was about to say how much of a calming presence Rodriguez has been on the mound for Point Park. Especially from the earlier stages of the game, it felt like things were getting away from them. Rodriguez stepped in, and he's been calm, collected, and composed.
And let's see if can he get out this inning without giving up any runs.
This one clipped by the backstop, Dylan Simons, who's at the plate. Simons walked in his previous plate appearance. He has a single from earlier today. That one getting around the catcher, Brito. Another passed ball, resulting in a runner getting themselves in the scoring position. Almendarez now at second. Not what you want if you're the Point Park Pioneers. That's been an issue for them all game long. This one is fouled off.
It just seems like every time Keiser has a runner in scoring position, they find a way to deliver and get that runner in. So let's see if he can do that right now.
2 outs on the board. Rodriguez trying to hold them at bay and secure out number 3. Swing and miss from Simons. He's going to make his way to first. The throw is in time from Brito. That retires the side. Runners left stranded for the Keiser Seahawks. As we shift gears to the 5th, Keiser still ahead, 8-4.
Point Park. Cool.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Jr.
So Malloy remains on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks. They've remained ahead 8-4. Eddie Javier Jr. coming up to the plate. Javier Jr. was walking his previous plate appearance. He does have a single from earlier today. Point Park, they were able to inch a little bit closer in that third inning, getting themselves on the board. They would love to do that here as well. You just have to keep yourself in striking distance, right? You can't.
You don't want to let it get too far out of hands.
Of course, you can't allow yourself to get too far down, put yourself in such a deep hole to where everything is riding on the last few innings. You want to put yourself in a position where you're not comfortable, but you have to feel like you're in a good spot going into those last few innings. Count right now is 1-2. That pitch outside, off the plate for ball number 2. Javier Jr. has been so consistent all year long for the Pioneers. Swings and misses there. Strike number 3. First strikeout of the day for Malloy. Down goes Javier Jr. Now coming up to the plate, the left fielder, Chris Williams. Williams 1 for 2 so far today. Has a single, but grounded out in his last plate appearance.
His ground out his last plate appearance did end up in an RBI, though.
Swings and misses there for strike number 2. Malloy's been phenomenal for Keiser all year long, and he's come in a variety of different situations. Swing and miss from Williams in strike 3. 2 consecutive strikeouts for Malloy.
Malloy is dialed in.
But to that point, he's been so great for Keiser all season long. Again, a 3.08 earned run average, a 3-1 record, and somebody that Coach Fordyce has trusted in a variety of different situations. He's started 5 games. He's come in as a relief pitcher 8 times. Some games he's had to go 5 to 6 innings out of the pen. Some games he leaves him in as a starter and allows him to start the first few innings. Right there, Hutchinson securing the grounder, makes the throw to Woods at first in time, retiring the side. Malloy going 1, 2, 3 through the top of the inning. Keiser remains ahead 8-4.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Shifting gears to the bottom of the 5th inning, Keiser remains ahead by 4 runs. Cam Verrier, the second baseman, at the plate for the Seahawks. He's 0 for 2 today. He was able to reach by way of an error from the pitcher in his last at-bat.
That's called for strike 1.
And we've seen plenty of offensive fireworks all throughout this week here in Waleska. More of the same in this game. 12 runs combined entering the bottom of the 5th inning. 12 hits combined as well. Rodriguez remains on the mound. This one is hit, and it goes straight down the middle of the pike into center field. Verrier, a leadoff single. And yet again, Keiser getting their leadoff runner on base.
Looks like that's been a key ingredient for them.
And then number 6, set. Lucero.
Certainly a tried and true recipe for success, something that every coach would love to have. You would love to get your leadoff hitter on in every inning. That doesn't mean that it always happens, but that's the ideal way that you want to start innings, and it's a coach's dream to be able to have that. So Coach Fordyce has to feel very happy with what his team has done so far at the plate.
I don't want to jinx it, but every time they have gotten a person or their leadoff hitter on, they have scored every single time. So let's see if they can make that happen again.
Seth Lucero, the outfielder, back at the plate as we're back to the top of Keiser's batting order. This one into the middle, stepping on the bag at second, getting that lead runner out. Initially, it seemed like Point Park was trying to get a double play there. They'll settle with getting that lead runner out at second.
He almost made it in there safely as the shortstop bobbled the ball, but secured it at the last minute.
So Murillo, the second baseman, kind of bobbled it a little bit in his glove, so he wasn't able to make a very clean toss. That may have contributed to them not being able to get the double play.
But they made sure they got the lead run out, which was most important.
You'll take that. You'll definitely take that. So Lucero reaches on the fielder's choice. Ruiz is back at the plate. He swings and misses for strike number 2.
And Ruiz popped up and walked at his previous ABs.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike number 3. Down goes Ruiz. Another strikeout for Rodriguez.
And that is the 34. Simon Whitmer.
And it seems like both relief pitchers that came in early in this matchup, they kind of struggled once they came in, and now as the game progresses, they are both starting to dial in.
They've settled in nicely on the mound, and I don't want to talk about it from a perspective of being scared, but it's natural to be a little bit nervous and apprehensive in these type of situations. That's a human emotion, right? And it's a situation where this could potentially be the end of your season. This one lifted in the right field. It's going to drop.
This may score one right here.
He's going to keep going. He's making his way home, and he will score. Brito off of home plate.
All the way from first base. Showing that speed, folks.
Verrier scoring the run. Keiser tacking another one onto their total. It's now 9-4. The double from Grinberg. The RBI double, allowing Keiser to score another run. They've scored in every inning so far except for the 4th. And you said it best. Every time they're able to get that lead runner on, they're able to capitalize and score a run.
D. Clemente has been very quiet in this matchup so far. Let's see if he's able to tack on another run right here.
Swings and misses there for strike number 2. And if you're Keiser, in between your offensive explosions, scoring a run here, 2 runs there, that keeps your offense flowing, allows you to continue to add runs to your total and keeps distance between yourself and your opponent. Point Park, they scored those 4 runs in the top of the third to get themselves back in the game, but Keiser not blinking, not wavering at all, tacking on 3 more runs. They now lead by 5. The 4th seed trying to punch their ticket to the opening round championship.
Rip that one down the line. Foul.
One of these 2 teams will face off against Reinhardt. The game scheduled tentatively for 6 o'clock. If they are able to win that game, then there will be another game tomorrow to determine who will go to the NAIA World Series. This is lifted deep out to right field. It's going back, going back, going back. It is gone. A home run for Kenny DiClemente. Keiser tacking on 2 more runs to their total. It is now 11-4 Seahawks.
And just as I said, Clemente has been quiet today, folks. Right on cue, he knocks in a home run. And that just opened the gates, folks, as the score is now 11-4 Keiser.
The floodgates are wide open here at Ken White Field. Keiser Seahawks ahead by 7 runs. Point Park Pioneers absolutely reeling. Hutchinson hits this one. It goes in the left field off the wall. He was rounding first. He's headed to second. Hutchinson gets on board with a double.
And it looks like they started to figure out Rodriguez, folks, as that is now back-to-back hits.
And absolutely not what you want if you're the Point Park Pioneers, especially so because Jamonte Woods is coming back up to the plate. Jamonte Woods has been so good all year long for the Seahawks. He's been so good all week long for the Seahawks. He does have a hit in this game already. He's 1 for 2. That pitch is a strike. See Rodriguez having some words with his catcher, Brito. Very passionate words with each other.
As Rodriguez is facing a dangerous hitter right now.
Jamonte Woods lifts this one deep out to left field. Over the wall. It is gone. Another home run for Jamonte Woods and the Keiser Seahawks. Second home run of the inning for Keiser. Woods now 4 home runs here in the NAIA opening round.
And right on cue again, folks. As I say, a dangerous hitter. He hits that one almost to the streets, folks. And as soon as he hit it, I don't know if y'all saw it, he did a little pimp walk. So he knew that one was gone.
He knew it as soon as it left his bat, and you could tell from the reaction of the Point Park players, they knew it was gone as well.
An absolute no-doubter.
13-4. It is all Seahawks here in the 5th. Andrew Almendarez back at the plate. Almendarez 1 for 2 so far. His last plate appearance resulted in a single. Rodriguez reeling on the mound for the Pioneers.
And for Point Park, they're not out of it yet. It's still a long game of baseball, but you definitely can feel the slippage starting to get away and all the momentum shifted towards Keiser.
Momentum has definitely shifted towards Keiser. The last thing that you can do as a team is start to have fractures in your team. You cannot allow yourself to believe that the game is over. When you lose that belief, you're not going to play like you believe you're going to win if you don't believe it yourself. You need to be able to stay together. So I'm sure that's something that Coach Torres is going to talk to his group about. This a grounder. It makes its way in the left field. Almendarez gets on base with a single. The 12th hit of the game for the Keiser Seahawks. And this is absolutely getting out of hand.
After Rodriguez went up and gave up no runs last inning, comes out, gives up 5 runs this inning. I guess, folks, the Keiser Seahawks have figured him out. And the bullpen is now warming up for the Pioneers.
And all Rodriguez can do at this point is just try to get that last out. That's all you can do. You can just try to get that last out.
Coach is really trying to hold off without putting another pitcher in this inning, so he's really trusting that Rodriguez can get out this inning.
That pitch low and into the dirt. Ball number 3.
And if he gets walked right here, folks, you may see a pitching change coming.
The pitch low and into the dirt for ball number 4. Simons is going to get a free pass to first. Almendarez makes his way to second. And in the scoring position, 2 men on for the Keiser Seahawks.
Pinch runner coming in.
Darian Howard back in as a pinch runner. Things have gotten out of hand here in Waleska, Georgia. The Seahawks are flying high, looking to punch their ticket into the NAIA opening round championship.
Looks like Coach will give Rodriguez another batter to try to hopefully get out of this inning that has really not went the Pioneers' way at all.
Things have gotten from bad to ugly here in the 5th. That pitch a strike.
Keiser showing that, as I talked about earlier, that elimination game that they had earlier against Jessup and how it felt. They came in with that type of attitude, and they started off hot. And usually throughout this tournament, they've been the one who were to come back. But they started off hot and have continued and definitely have built on that lead.
And they've been that team the entire week where starting slow but able to get things figured out at the plate as the game goes on. So when they were able to start hot, it just felt like, man, an offensive explosion was just in the cards for them, because you know that they're a group that gets better as the game goes on. And that's exactly what has happened here today against Point Park. Swing and miss for strike 3.
Oh.
It seems like he's going to say he clipped that off the tip of his bat.
Another life right here. Rodriguez definitely did not agree with that.
I'm sure he's just waiting on this inning to be over. He wants to get out of it by any means necessary.
And now the coach has a question about it.
And he's not very happy about that call, and he's going to have a conversation with the umpire about it. Even if he felt like the call was correct, you still want to be able to have that conversation, just because it gives your team a chance to collect themselves a little bit. I mean, things are getting out of hand, and it just seems like an avalanche just coming towards you, just continuous bad plays happening one after another, giving your team a chance to breathe a little bit.
Looks like they're going to stick with the call. Foul ball.
Just one strike away from getting out of the inning. They really need to get that one. But if you're Keiser, you want to continue to pour it on and put as much pressure on the Pioneers as you can. The 1-2. Well hit. And a tremendous play by Omar Murillo.
Great catch.
Omar Murillo flashing the leather there. That will end the inning.
That definitely was a great play because that would have saved a run. Well, that did save a run.
Keiser in control, total control, 13-4.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Welcome back to Ken Whitefield here in Waleska, Georgia. NAIA opening round action. The Keiser Seahawks in total control of this game. They're up 13 runs to 4.
Luis Gonzalez up at the plate.
That pitch a strike. Malloy remains on the mound for Keiser.
Luis had an RBI single his last AB.
And Malloy, he's been great across 2 2/3 innings. He has not surrendered any earned runs, has 2 strikeouts. This one is popped up deep into the outfield. It looks like it's going to go near the Point Park dugout. It does. Lucero, the right fielder, was trying to track that one, but it gets too far away from him. Gonzalez is going to make his way back into the batter's box, facing a 1-2 count. And Malloy, he's been excellent all year long for the Keiser Seahawks. Excellent yet again, stepping up in a major way for his team. They're riding high here in the 6th. Gonzalez fouls this one off into the net. And you could tell from the first game of the opening round that the Keiser Seahawks played, even though it was a loss, going up against the top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles and really giving themselves a chance all the way up until the end, you could tell that the Seahawks were going to be a tough out for the remainder of the week.
Indeed, indeed.
This one clipped by Gonzalez and fouled off.
And right now, it's still early, but if things shake out the way it looks like Keiser may have their revenge set on Reinhardt in the opening round championship game.
Malloy deals. That one is low and inside, very nearly getting a piece of Gonzalez's leg. Counts now 2-2. That pitch is outside and off the plate for ball number 3. So a good job by Gonzalez working his way back into a full count. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. A grounder. Hutchinson drops it, secures it, throws it to Woods. What a play!
What a stretch by the first baseman as well.
Hutchinson was almost totally spread out to make that play.
Gonzalez was hustling down the line, and that was a great play by the third baseman. He bobbled it at first, but picked it up and threw it in time.
Tremendous job by Jamonte Woods keeping his foot on the bag. Nice job by Hutchinson to stick with it and getting out number 1. It's now Martinez, the shortstop, at the plate for Point Park.
He walked his last AB.
Martinez hits this one foul. Count is 0-2. Pioneers in need of a few runs to try to trim this deficit. Another grounder secured by Hutchinson. The throw to Woods is in time for out number 2.
And for Keiser, that is what you want. 2 quick outs with no runners on base.
Seahawks are locked in defensively, especially their infield. They've made a few very nice plays today. Hutchinson's gotten a lot of action over there at third base, and he has answered the call.
And that brings up Omar. Flew out to left field last AB.
Omar Murillo, the leadoff man, 1 for 3 on the day as we are back to the top of the Point Park order. And this one is well hit, but it will go foul. Pulls this one on the wrong side of the line. A grounder. Woods can't get to it. Murillo is safe at first, and he was thinking about going to second. He's going to just remain at first. Just putting a little fear in the heart.
Right there.
Yeah, just putting a little fear in the heart of Lucero there.
Need all the base runners you can get right now.
So Murillo gets on base. Jared Campbell coming back up to the plate. Campbell, very quiet so far today. He's 0 for 3. A strike there. Campbell pops this one up deep into center field. It's going back, but it appears to have warning track power. It's caught by Ruiz. That retires the side. So we get set to shift gears. Keiser remains ahead, 13-4.
Join SESN for an unmatched sports experience. Dive into the world of game highlights, real-time updates, and electrifying coverage. With SESN, you're not just watching sports, you're living them. Be the first to know, the first to see, and the first to share every big moment. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
NAIA opening round action here in Waleska, Georgia. Right now, the Keiser Seahawks firmly in control of this game. They are dominating the Point Park Pioneers. It is 13-4. And it appears that we will have a pitching change for the Point Park Pioneers. Point Park going in a different direction, trying to see if they can slow down this offensive attack from the Keiser Seahawks.
Looks like Rivera's on the mound for the Pioneers.
So it's going to be Wathan Rivera. Rivera, the senior, making his 22nd appearance of the year. He's pitched in over 38 innings so far this season.
Carroll struck out his last AB.
So the onus is going to fall on Rivera to try to slow Keiser down. And that one escaping. Seth Lucero, 1 for 3 so far today. And he hits this one, and it will... Did it dribble out in right field? No, it didn't. It seems like it was grabbed. That's going to be a nice play over there. Gonzalez securing it.
Number 35.
Some of the Keiser players were asking for the call to be made that it hit the ground first. Ultimately, the umpire siding with Point Park. That's out number 1. Pablo Ruiz, the center fielder, now at the plate. Ruiz still looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3. Ruiz, the only batter in Keiser's lineup that has yet to record a hit.
And right on cue, he records a hit between short and third, singles. And that will give Keiser their 13th hit of the ball game.
And every time I'm able to do a broadcast, I try to tell myself that the announcer's jinx isn't real. But the more I do, the more it seems like there's something to that.
Indeed it is.
This one bounces off the ground by Rivera. Brito trying to make the throw to second. It will not be in time. Ruiz is safe at second base and in the scoring position.
Ruiz caught Burrito sleeping. Burrito was casually just picking the ball up, and Ruiz noticed that and used his speed, and now he's gotten himself into scoring position.
You said casual. Do you feel like some of that is Point Park losing their belief in this game? Are they starting to feel like their season is over?
In games like this, you slowly start to feel it coming to an end when you don't have that much energy going on, especially from their dugout when it's all quiet. You can feel that the other team's energy is overpowering yours. Checks down.
So the count's now 3-0. And you're correct. I mean, Point Park's dugout, they had so much energy throughout this week, but very quiet right now. And Keiser really hasn't given them much reason to celebrate. So that pitch is low. Goes for ball number 4.
That brings up dangerous hitter again. D. Clemente, he hit that nuke last time at his AB.
Kenny D. Clemente. 2 for 4 on the day. See there, they were trying to catch Ruiz off the bag at second, but he's able to make his way back. 2 men on for Keiser. Coming into the game, I mentioned Kenny D. Clemente as the swing player.
Catch couldn't get out his glove. That puts runners on the corners, first and third, 1 out. If you're D. Clemente, you're really hoping at minimum you can get a deep fly ball to get that runner in at third. But you're really hoping you're trying to avoid a double play hit right here.
To that point of coming into the game, I mentioned him as a swing player, kind of a guy who's a barometer for the level of success that Keiser's having offensively. A grounder, 3, 6. Tried to go back to 3, but it will be unsuccessful. So another run scores for the Seahawks.
And that puts them up 10 as it scores 14-4. Great play by the first baseman, but D. Clemente's hustle got him there safely. So that brings up Hutchinson, and he doubled last time of his AB.
Hutchinson has 2 doubles on the day. He's 2 for 4 overall. Swings and misses there for strike 1. It's been back and forth so far in this game for Hutchinson. A ground out and then a double, and then a ground out and then another double. If history repeats itself, you could expect another ground out. We'll see if that happens. Obviously, Keiser hoping that is not the case.
And look at you jinxing it.
And a grounder that will retire the side and end the inning. Maybe the announcer's jinx is real. Maybe it is real. Who knows? But that ends the inning. Keiser in control, 14-4. a lot. Resuming play here in the 7th inning, the Keiser Seahawks in total command of this game. It's 14-4. Keiser with 13 hits to just 7 for the Pioneers. Right now, Point Park, they are running out of time. Santana at the plate for the Pioneers. He's 1 for 3 so far in this game. Malloy remains on the mound for Keiser. He has yet to surrender an earned run. He has been excellent for the Seahawks today. A grounder. It's collected. The throw is made to first for out number 1 here in the 7th inning.
Number 27, Rico.
So down goes Santana, and now coming up to the plate, the backstop, Macaulay Brito. Brito 0 for 2 so far today. That pitch is low for ball number 1. Swing and miss by Brito. Strike 1. Point Park, to this point, they were able to win the first game in the NAIA opening round against Jessup, a 13-10 win. They fell against the top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles yesterday, 15-7. Meanwhile, the Keiser Seahawks matched up with the 1 seed Reinhardt in game 1, lost that game 6-4. Keiser was able to respond with a 13-10 victory, their own 13-10 victory over the Jessup Warriors. That featured a massive response as Brito pops this one up in the left field. It drops, and he's on board with a single. That's Macaulay Brito's first hit of the ball game.
Eddie Javier Jr.
Eddie Javier Jr. coming up to the plate. But CJ, to your point about Keiser being in the situation of facing elimination, their backs were really against the wall in that game against Jessup. It was 10-7 in the 8th inning. Javier Jr. ground 6-4, potentially
on the transition.
a
He's
double
out.
play. Instead, just able to get that lead runner out. But they were down 10-7 going into the 8th inning against Jessup. It looked like the Jessup Warriors were well on their way to advancing to day 3. Keiser posted 6 runs in the 8th inning to save their season, and they were able to close it out in the 9th. So backs were against the wall yesterday. They found a new lease on life down the stretch of that game, and now they are in complete control today.
Indeed, and you can tell if you've seen that Reinhardt game when Keiser played, they came and scored 4 runs, and I believe in the bottom of the 7th that cut the game down to 6-4. So Keiser is definitely capable of coming back and finishing the game, but in this game it seems like they've just been in full control since the first inning of this game.
If we don't learn anything else from watching the Keiser Seahawks this week and throughout the season, we've learned that they're a team that knows how to rally. They were able to rally their entire season on the line a few weeks ago in the conference tournament. Again, started the season 14-2. They had a 9-15 record in conference play. They struggled in the Sun Conference during the regular season. They needed to have a strong showing in the conference tournament to solidify their spot in the NAIA opening round, and they did just that. That included a big-time victory against the Weber International Warriors, a team that earned a number 1 seed in the NAIA opening round in another region. They were able to defeat them. They gave the number 1 team in the country, the Southeastern Fire, everything they could handle in the championship game. So Keiser fought their way just to even be here in Waleska this week, and they've continued to fight throughout their time in Waleska to put themselves in position to make the NAIA opening round championship. That pitch called a bit outside and off the plate. A full count here.
Full count, 2 outs. See if he can get out of this inning.
This one is hit, and it will be secured. That was a nice play by the second baseman. Verrier retires the side. Point Park is running out of time. Keiser in control, 14-4. Pitching change has been made for the Point Park Pioneers. Rivera's day is done. And now on the mound for Point Park, number 5, Logan Creamer, a freshman, making his 15th appearance of the season, his 13th in relief. So Creamer is going to be tasked with keeping this extremely hot Keiser lineup at bay. And speaking about bats that are hot, there may not be a bat hotter in the country at this very moment than Jamonte Woods. Jamonte Woods hits this one, a grounder. Murillo tried to control it. He does so and makes the throw at first for out number 1.
Brings up 27, Andrew Almendarez.
Almendarez back at the plate. Almendarez back-to-back hits.
Last one was a single to right field.
And this one is popped straight up in the air. And it seems like it's going to be caught. It will be caught by the shortstop Martinez. Nice job of him for tracking that one for out number 2. The backstop, number 9, Dylan Simons, coming up to the plate. Simons 1 for 2 so far. He's been walked twice.
Light sprinkles. Looks like it starts to hit the field.
Are seeing a little bit of a light mist, if you will. Simons lifts this one into center field. Campbell's underneath it. He makes the grab. That retires the side and ends the inning. So Keiser goes 1, 2, 3 there. Creamer comes in and does a nice job. But right now, Point Park, 6 outs left to work with. Keiser in complete control, 14-4. Play resuming here in the 8th inning. Point Park, just 6 outs to work with.
Time is running out for them.
And this is going to be a pinch hitter in the game. Cole Wada. Wada, the native of Columbus, Ohio, formerly of Lakeland Community College in Ohio. This will be his first plate appearance in the NAIA opening round. This will also be his 37th plate appearance of the season. Does have 14 hits on the year. Right now behind on the count, 1-2. Strike three.
Called on the outside corner. Great spot.
Boy rings up another strikeout. Luis Gonzalez coming up to the plate. Gonzalez 1 for 3 so far in this game. So now time is running out. Point Park only has 5 outs to work with. You can't expect to get yourself 10 runs in 1 inning. That's unrealistic for your team. But the best thing that you can do at this point is to try to get something on the board. Give yourself a more manageable situation going into the 9th. Of course, that will be easier said than done, especially when Jake Malloy is dealing like this for the Keiser Seahawks.
That
Gonzalez
one hit.
Pops this one up deep out to center field, but it will have warning track power. It's going to be secured for out number 2.
The past 2 days here, the weather has been, the wind carries out. So if those were any other day, I believe that one would have been gone. But today, not very windy, so that one stays in the ballpark for out number 2. And now they're down to only 4 outs of their season.
Martinez at the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far. He rips this one in the left center field. And this one is going to be secured by Ruiz for out number 3. We get set to change sides. Keiser in command, in control, well out in front, 14-4.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Creamer.
Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Keiser Seahawks well out in front, 14-4. They have a chance to add a few more runs to their total before Point Park will be forced to make one last-ditch effort to get themselves back into the ball game. Creamer remains on the mound for the Pioneers. Verrier, the second baseman, at the plate. Pops this one up deep out to left center field, and Campbell corrals it for out number 1.
And that will bring up Seth Lucero.
Lucero, 1 for 4 so far today.
Popped up to left his last at bat. Ground ball, second base. Easy play for the second baseman.
Throw is going to be made in time. That's out number 2. Bringing up Pablo Ruiz. It seems like there's going to be a conversation on the mound. Is there going to be a change made? It seems like there is going to be a change made, and curious about that decision. Creamer, he's a young guy. He's a hometown kid from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a freshman. Coach Torres probably not trying to strain his young pitcher in this situation. It seemed like he may have deserved to get that last out. He's come in and he's performed really well for Point Park in his few innings of work.
He definitely has a bright future ahead of him.
Now it seems like they're going to go in a different direction. And it's going to be Jose Moreno. Moreno, the native of Caracas, Venezuela, and Moreno in what may be the final inning that he will get a chance to pitch on this field, the field that started it all for him in college baseball. He is a former member of the Reinhardt University Eagles baseball team. So Moreno coming full circle as a member of the Point Park Pioneers, trying to get one more out and giving his team one more chance. Jose Moreno back at Ken White Field in a big time spot here. His team trailing by 10 runs. They only have 3 outs to work with. But Moreno needs to make sure that he does not allow Keiser to tack on more runs to their total. This is going to be his 3rd appearance in the NAIA opening round. He struggled a little bit in their games against Jessup and Reinhardt. We'll see if he can secure the final out here in the 8th inning. And now we'll see Pablo Ruiz. Ruiz 1 for 4 today. He got his first hit of the game in his previous at-bat, which was a single. That pitch inside for ball number 1. Swing and miss by Ruiz and strike 1. Another strike. Ruiz thought about swinging at that one, thinks better of it. Instead, watches it go by him. Strike number 2. Moreno ahead on the count, 1-2. In need of one more strike. Can he get it? Popped up by Ruiz. Deep out to left center field. It's going back. It's over the ball. It is gone. Pablo Ruiz, a solo shot. And Keiser tacking on some insurance. They now lead 15-4.
And that ball was absolutely destroyed. Both the center fielder and the left fielder kind of like they looked at each other when the ball was hit. It was like, yeah.
They looked at each other, they looked in the sky, and then they just shook their heads. Unfortunate there for Point Park. They now trail by 11 runs. Seth Greenberg, the DH. Greenberg 1 for 2 so far today. He's had a very eventful day at the plate, to say the least. First plate appearance, he was walked. Flew out to right field in his second. His third, he was hit by a pitch. Got a double in his 4th plate appearance, and then was walked in his 5th. So it's been a little bit of everything at the plate from Greenberg today.
A 1-2 count.
Swing and miss for strike 3 and out number 3. And if that's the final pitching out of the season for Point Park, it's fitting that Jose Moreno was able to get it in the place that started it all for him. Out number 3, Point Park will have 3 outs to work with. Can they find a way to get themselves back in the game? We'll find out. Keiser ahead, 15-4. Point Park, they only have 3 outs left to work with. Backs against the wall here in the 9th inning. And it's going to be Gene Santos. Santos now at the plate for Point Park. And he hits this one. It drops in the left field. Gene Santos making his presence felt at the plate early on. And then is able to get himself in the scoring position. So Gene Santos already with a hit in this game. Pardon me, already with a run in this game as a pinch runner. Comes right in and is able to make his presence felt at the plate with his first hit of the game.
They might have had the out at second base, but the left fielder was rushing to throw the ball in that he bobbled it and had to run an extra feet or two to go get it.
So now we're going to see another pinch hitter in the game for Point Park. Number 17, Christian Tavares. Christian Tavares, the native of Long Beach, California, 6'1" freshman, and formerly of Compton College. Malloy remains in the game, trying to put the finishing touches on what has been a dominant performance for the Seahawks. This one is going to be grabbed by the left fielder, DiClemente, for out number 1.
Now the Keiser Seahawks are 2 outs away from making it to the opening round championship.
Isaac Santana, the first baseman, coming up to the plate. Santana's 1 for 4 on the day. He's grounded out in 2 consecutive plate appearances. Swing and a miss there for strike number 1. And a grounder by Santana. Woods makes the play and steps on the bag at first. Out number 2, Keiser. 1 out away from punching their ticket to the NAIA opening round championship game. Mikali Brito, the backstop, coming up to the plate. Brito is 1 for 3 so far today. 1 man on for Point Park. Gene Santos is at third. That pitch is low from Malloy, and strike 1. Pardon me, ball 1.
And if you're the Reinhardt Eagles, you cannot take the Keiser Seahawks lightly at all. As you can see, they have very much momentum and high energy getting ready to go into this next game.
Swing and a miss by Brito, and strike number 1. That pitch outside off the plate for ball 2. And Jake Malloy came right in and has just been great on the mound for Keiser through 6 innings of work. No earned runs. He has 3 strikeouts, coming in and giving them 82 pitches to this point. But just phenomenal work on the mound from him. Exactly what they needed. Point Park posted 4 runs in the 3rd inning. It seemed like they were getting ready to go on a scoring binge, something similar to what they were able to do against Jessup. Swing and miss for strike number 3 and out number 3. That will conclude the game. Point Park season is done. Keiser survives and advances.
Keiser punches their ticket to the opening round championship game against the Reinhardt Eagles to determine to see who will go to the NAIA World Series.
So Keiser came into this as the 4th seed, as the underdog, and they have grinded their way to the final few games of the NAIA opening round. Keiser will need to win twice against Reinhardt to punch their ticket into the World Series, but they're a team that has overcome adversity and defeated obstacles all season long. They certainly seem to be up for the task. We'll see if they'll be able to move on. That concludes this game. Keiser 15, Point Park 4. Please join us for the next one, a rematch of Reinhardt and Keiser coming up next.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Schrei Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Schrei Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.